When I started working for Kiciwapa, talking to my uncle about all of the things that he had been working on for 20 plus years, he said, "And you'll be CEO." And I said, okay. I didn't question it. I didn't ask him why he chose me to be CEO. I did have those questions in the back of my mind. If you rewind about like 6 years previous, I was having conversations about if I even belonged. I wanted to reclaim my family. I didn't know my uncle until 2 years ago. So I grew up with my dad. He was a single father. My mom wasn't in my life for most of my life. So it's this sort of intergenerational trauma that caused this disconnection with my mom and I. And I grew up in a white family. I didn't go to ceremony. I didn't know the language, but I knew that I was different from all of the other kids in my school. I found myself 10 years into addiction, and I just had enough. If I was going to better my life, and if I wanted to have children and start a family of my own, something needed to change. When I started my healing journey, and I was seeking to be reclaimed by my family. And here I am today, sitting on the land of my ancestors. My mom told me that I had these aunties. I reached out to them, my Auntie Barb, my Auntie Sue, and they were kind of the knowledge keepers in my life at that time. I got a message from my Uncle Floyd, and he said simply, "Hi, Janessa, I'm your Uncle Floyd." and it kind of went on from there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she got it! Good job, Auntie.
Yeah. Next year, he'll be back.
I just asked him as many questions as maybe I felt like I could without being annoying. And I still, to this day, do that with him because he has so much knowledge and he, has lived on this land his whole entire life. There's no better feeling than knowing where you came from and knowing that you belong and your family loves you. My mother was taken from her family here as a baby during what's now called the 60s scoop, a period in the 60s and 70s when child welfare agents came into Indigenous communities and kidnapped children to be adopted into white families. It wasn't just us. Almost every Kiciwapa family has stories of children taken and childhoods lost to the 60s scoop.
My sister Linda went through a lot in her life. She was taken as a little baby, like she was a little baby. It's sad, that the policy of the government was to make us all forget each other, to displace us. Some of our family still hasn't even found their way home, and that's one of the things we're working hard to do, is get our family back home on the land and start using the land and occupying it again.
I really empathize with my mom, and I know that she did the best that she could with what she had. Your body doesn't forget that. Your body doesn't forget being ripped away from your mother.
Never, ever, ever, if I ever felt like it belonged anywhere, I got adopted. And that was like the first time my dad beat the shit out of me. I was 4, where I was freaking beaten and burnt and anything you can think of. I sure didn't have the best life, but I'm still here for my kids and my grandkids. And I want to tell everybody my story because I'm tired of holding on to it. I have to let it go.
Growing up in a white community, I was ostracized because of the color of my skin. And I have 23 beautiful grandchildren. And I'm teaching them their culture, which I don't know much about, but I'm trying.
You are a warrior, Kiciwapa woman, a testament to strength. Your story interwoven in memories. With courage, you reclaim your place to the roots from which you grew. A North Star, resilient and true.
I felt she was there with us. I did have that feeling. I picked a flower. There was a butterfly there. And I just watched it. I almost wanted to tell everyone around. Might have sounded silly, so I just took a moment and I just watched it, and I thought, probably Grandma Maggie. Stand here and reflect and take a moment to say a few words to my kukum and just tell her how I wish I met her and that I love her. It's hard because I didn't get to meet her. I try to hear her voice and I try to hear her laugh. Yeah, it breaks my heart because I know how strong of a pillar she was in the community. It's heartbreaking that she did pass, probably due to the polluted lake and living off the land because that's what she did. It just feels like loss still. Like I wish I could have experienced it with her.
We did actually miss out lots with not growing up with her. There was a communication gap there because she only spoke Cree and I didn't understand that. Yeah, I did miss out on a lot.
After all these years,
My grandfather and them were always living here on the land, and after the war, my grandfather made friends with this guy by the name of Dave Collins. Trusted him enough to show him where the copper was and for Dave Collins to go and register my grandfather's claim to the copper. And instead of doing that, Dave Collins sold out to Carl Sherritt. And when it was all said and done, our family got nothing. We've always knew that we were the title holders to all this land, and it was just a matter of understanding who we are as a people. Can't forget who you are.
For me, I grew up on a land. I was born in a bush. Harvest, berries, medicines, all that stuff I've learned. The younger generation, I teach them the best I can. Whether it be fishing, hunting, trapping, harvesting, all that stuff, it's all connected for me. And I take my grandkids, family, nephews, nieces, and we all go out and we enjoy it. Growing up, when I was a kid, we used to swim in the lake and we used to catch fish. We've seen this change in the water. Our drinking water became contaminated and people were getting sick.
A copper mine operated here by Camp Lake, and when it closed in 1951, the company left behind millions of tons of toxic tailings that turned Camp Lake into a poisonous wasteland. For decades, that pollution leached into the environment. The water turned bright orange, and tests found heavy metals in the lake's sediment. Our community has lived with these consequences ever since. For years, no fish could survive in Camp Lake, and the contamination seeped downstream into Kiciwapa Lake, where we fish and swim. We worry about what it's done to our health and whether it got into our food or water. We've since worked with scientists to contain the damage, and now we're finally seeing life return. Plants are growing back, and we even see ducks, loons, and fish in Camp Lake again. It gives me hope that if we take care of the land, it can heal.
The tailings, after a while, you started to see that impact. It was migrating. Cancer started killing people. All of a sudden, our family members started getting cancer.
They finally started cleaning up our mine, this mine that was leaching into Kiciwapa Lake, and it's still recovering. There's still a recovery phase.
This is called our camber, so it takes a nice vertical column of water. We have this nice little messenger that we toss down as hard as we can, and that will close the contraption at the bottom. And then we got a nice little representative column of water that we take our sample from. We have a number of bottles that we will fill to send to the lab that will do their tests. For this site, because this was an old mine, we primarily test for metals.
I think the industries are becoming easier to deal with and a lot fairer across the board. There's more accountability. We're also accountable. We'll never allow Camp Lake to happen anywhere in this area ever again. Any revenues that are generated is shared with the local members. 25% of all revenues will go split between members. The other 25 to for employment and training, and the other 50% for reinvestment in the organization.
We don't want to rely on the government. That's not our vision for the future. Our vision for the future is to be a sovereign nation that doesn't ask for handouts.
We had a fairly high hurdle when we came here to make sure things were done right. To make sure things are better than they were in the past, I think it's all about communication. But we're going to try to do everything right and make sure that everyone's respected and has an opportunity to have a voice.
I want to begin by welcoming you all, community members, family, friends, and partners to this special event. Thank you for all making it here to share this moment with us. It's more than a feast today. It's a gathering of stories. It's a celebration of vision and a recognition of the healing that happens when we return to who we are together.
For far too long, First Nations were thought of as an afterthought. We together, with our partners, are reshaping the way engagement is practiced in Manitoba, sharing and strengthening the path ahead.
This is a partnership, but it's the start of friendship.
I am proud to be here to celebrate our partnership with Kiciwapa, a partnership that has evolved so rapidly and so naturally.
The mining story that Sherridon has had in the past was not done well, but the mining story in the future will be done very well. And it'll be a very different process from here on in.
Last year, we had no money, no employees, we had nothing. We had a dream. And, all these people came together with me. They believed in our dream. And here's our dream, and I'm really blessed to have you guys, and so is Kiciwapa Cree Nation. I believe that we're just putting our wings on, and like the eagle, we're gonna fly.
I did joke that I was going to bring the rain, and so we did. But rain also is very healing, right? It's kind of washing away all the grief, all the loss, and that heaviness and sadness, and starting anew. And that's what it feels like for me. Being reclaimed by your family, that is the most healing thing, and I'm so happy that we get to be here together and experience it together and as a family, because it's life-changing. Yeah.